Hello YouTube fam, how y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Fam, you know what? I learned something. If you complain enough, people will listen. People will take what you're saying into consideration and act accordingly. You know, I was talking about the Sony PS5, and I was talking about how most of the Sony PS5s, the digitals were sold, and a lot of people weren't buying the games. If you sell a lot of digital systems, a lot of people weren't buying a PS5 games for the PS5. A lot of people were buying a lot of the classic stuff, a lot of the cheap stuff. You know, stuff that, you know, was probably on a PS1 or 2 or 3, you know, or even 4. But guess what? They weren't buying stuff for the PS5. And that's something that rubbed Sony the wrong way. You know, over the years, people were saying, hey, y'all need to bring a standalone disc player or something that could snap on. So they made the PS5 Slim. You remember that? Now, you could have bought the digital, or you could have bought, you know, the one with the disc. A lot of people bought the digital. So their way of actually trying to capitalize on getting people to actually buy the PS5 disc games is to bring us, you know, a Blu-ray PS5 disc drive that snaps on to the Slim. Dude, and I just thought about that, and to myself I said, see, that's one thing, but you messed up somewhere else too. You missed another opportunity. See, there are people with the original PS5, the one that don't have the part where you can snap anything onto it. You needed to bring out a disc drive for that one. See, that's the thing. All of these missed opportunities. You know, you bring in out a system that cost $800. You got 3 terabytes. You know, that is a lot of space. It is. But guess what? Does it really matter? You know, you're talking about an older system with a lot of upgraded stuff. Okay, it's still an older system with a lot of upgraded stuff that no one's really checking for. People are checking for the PS6, not the PS5 anymore. The thing with the PS5, the price should have dropped. PS5 should be around $200 right now. But no, it's way above. You know, and the thing that I'm looking at is, if Sony want to use or utilize their common sense, bring out a disc drive for the original PS5. That way, you could get people to buy those games. Because a lot of people in the beginning, all they were finding were the digitals. The disc drive ones you couldn't find anywhere. Then, you know, they had that halt during the pandemic, and you just couldn't find a PS5 to save your life. I'm serious. Now you can find the fuckers at Walgreens now. They're that prevalent. They're all in the glass cases at Walmart, Target, GameStop. Before, you couldn't find one any damn where. Walmart said they wouldn't carry them in store because people were getting hurt. Target said the same thing. But now they're all in the store now. I guess that logic went out the window once they became readily available. Now that people are not looking for them as much, now that the economy has basically damn near tanked, you trying to bring a system back out and make it way more expensive. But I'm going to say it again, over and over again. The disc drive, it does do something for the PS5, but not that PS5. Again, people have PS5s. Now, mine is the original. I changed the casing. I made it black. The white was just too out there. It was just too much. My thing is, that's the one you should be bringing out the disc drive for. You should be bringing out a simple disc drive that could just sit to the side and just play the games. Stop making this so complicated. It don't need to be complicated. You selling the PS5 Slim disc drive standalone that you could just snap onto it for around $100. You could buy them at Best Buy, but they're sold out right now. They're on Mercari, eBay, anywhere that you can think of, probably Target. But I'm going to say it just like this, man, over and over again. This is something that should have happened a long time ago. See, this is what happens when companies hear what people are saying too late. you could actually save this damn system. You know, the games for the PS5 weren't that great at all. You know, a lot of them are lackluster. They really don't have any exclusive titles that are worth anything. And I'm just being serious. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying every game on the PS5 is trash. I am not saying that by far. PS5 has some good games, but they're not as many as the Switch. The Switch has good games, a lot of them. Hell, even the Series X got some good games. And see, the problem is, PS5 missed a lot of opportunities there. You know, they called themselves being, you know, a little too strict. They were like, in my opinion, you know, not far as with developers or anything like that, they reminded me of Nintendo back in the day. They were too much. It's just like, to me, you know how, this is Samsung right here, and this is Apple. Samsung don't have all those restrictions. Apple has a lot. And sometimes when you have too many restrictions, you miss opportunities. Because, you know, sometimes when you got too much shit going on, people don't want to work with you. Because, again, they got to jump through hoops, jump over hurdles, and nobody really wants to do all that. And that makes a lot of sense. But we have this PS5 system, man, that could have been great. I play, man, every now and then, and I'm looking at the games from where they came from. And, you know, some of these games, man, came from, like, just old games, you know, like PS4 and down. You know, like I said, I got Ninja Warriors and some every damn thing else. These are games that you should be paying attention to, man. When them sales go on the PS5 network, you know, and you want to buy some games, buy the ones that are affordable, the ones that you like, the ones that you can see yourself playing. I bought a hell of a lot of games. Why? Because I wanted to see what I would like. I didn't know what I would like, so I checked to see, you know, if I would like some of this stuff before I bought it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, sometimes you got to think about everything that you're doing, and if you do that, you'll go the extra mile. Again, the PS5 could have been the greatest system. Now, I think it's sold more than damn near any system, maybe, but you know what? The 1-2 punch would have been the games, the availability, and you know, I can't really knock them for not having the PS5s during the pandemic, but I could knock you for not having the PS5s during the pandemic. That was the perfect time to have those systems out. People had money, people had time. You could have just blew this shit out the water. You could have sold more systems than any damn body. The demand for the PS5 was so damn great, it was crazy. And I think Sony was just having fun. We holding it over their head that we don't get all these systems. Then all of a sudden, people were like, wait, hold on. But the Xbox Series X is available. The Nintendo Switch is available. Then Sony was like, wait, hold on. Don't get me wrong, and I think y'all misunderstand. Sony outsold both of those systems. But during the pandemic, if your system was available, guess what? You know, no matter how many systems you sold, damn, during a period of time when people just didn't have shit to do, your system could have been the one doing every damn thing. Like I said, a lot of lackluster games, you know, a lot of hemming and hawing, and you raising the price towards the end, and you finally bringing out the disc drive for the digital. You should have brung a disc drive out for the original. You should have brung one out that was universal for all of them. You see what I mean? See, this is what happens when companies don't pay attention. They hear what you're saying, but they don't hear what you're saying. Oh no, but see, it works better because we already had, you know, it modded with the original PS5 Slim, that, you know, digital, that we could one day add a disc drive to. You see, what we did was we planned in the future. Wait, you planned in the future? You should have did this with the original system. Now, you knew sooner or later some people might want to buy some games. Now, I was thinking, can I buy the disc drive and hook it up to the original? That's something to really think about. I haven't thought about that. I don't know if that's even possible. But this is something that we all should be thinking about, man. You know, rather than sooner or later, you should have brought this shit out a long time ago. You could have got paid off of this shit back in the day. You could have got paid. If you charged $100, even though what the PS5s were selling for back in the day, they came out around about $400, I think. You could have even sold it later on, like a year or two down the line, and sold the disc drive for $100. People would have bought it. But now people looking like, I don't know. Because the system is basically at the end of its life cycle. You know, it's not basically, you know, gonna revolutionize anything anymore, because it's at the point where nobody really checking for the PS5 like that no more. You're not looking, oh, well, it has 3 terabytes, it has it has a new processing engine where everything is generated much faster. It's like a PC almost, and I'm sitting here thinking, hell, with a few extra hundred, I could just buy a gaming PC. What are we doing here? I could just phase out the middleman. Dude, at the end of the day, again, this is not me bashing Sony. This is me saying they listened to what we said, but a little too late. Now, all of a sudden, you got a lot of PS5 games on clearance, on secret clearance at Walmart. You can pick up a lot of them damn games. You can pick up games at GameStop. You can pick up games at Target. Dude, not everything is super expensive. You can get some of the damn games from Meijer. A lot of this stuff is not as expensive as you think it. I think that's Meijer, I think. Don't quote me on Meijer. But I noticed, I seen games out there for real cheap. You know, I don't have a disc drive for my PS5. Mine's digital. And I was like, man, should I get one that has a disc drive and we just go from there and I just trade this one in and get what I'm going to get? And I said to myself, I said, hell no, you're going to keep what you got and you're going to enjoy it. And, you know, if you buy another one day at a cheaper price, you go for it. Like I said, systems that been on the market for a while, they don't go up in value. They go down. After the initial release of the next system, they go down. Just like with the Super Nintendo. Think about it. When the GameCube came out, the price for the Super Nintendo went down. Same thing for the Nintendo. When the Super Nintendo came out, the prices went down. They're not going to go up. They're not going to have the old system competing with the new system. It don't make no damn sense. So if you drop that price, it means that a lot of people would gravitate towards the new system. You know, I'm just keeping it real with you, fam. And I just want to say thank you again for watching. Much love from your Uncle Tim. Peace out.